At midnight, you can say all that you want, but you and I were meant for this. You know, sometimes we hide behind this illusion that we're done. Oh, please see that you're wrong in this. I don't fall in love 'cause I'm here tonight. I don't wanna say it, but it just feels right. I took a barrel just to pass the time. Everything will be alright. Sometimes you gotta let go. Guess I gotta let you go. We used to be solid, not falling apart. Things never not okay when you were mine. You used to be honest, not pulling my heartstrings. Every other day you change your mind. 'Cause when you're high you call me like I'm lonely. Some kind of little toy for you to wind up when you're lying in bed and feeling lonely. I'm tired of being deployed like that. Getting busier and busier, so disorientated. First you want me, then you're busy. Girl, it's not that complicated. Got me tied up in a leash and running, going round and round. lecture, thought I was enough. Yeah, it feels like half a century ago. Guess you keep coming back after telling me off, without even fitting sorry between goodbye and hello again. Thought we could grow again, how about no again, again and again. I'm trying to tell you we can't be friends, struggling to comprehend that we broke up and ended again and again and again. And I'm getting busier and busier, so disorientated. First you want me, then you're busy, girl, it's not that complicated. Got me tied up in a leash and run, I'm going round and round, round. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? I'm in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? I'm in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. Yeah, when you're high, you call me like a movie. Some kind of little toy for you to wind up when you're lying in bed and feeling lonely. I'm tired of being deployed, like all I am is use a pet. You think you own me? I'm nothing but a boy for you to wind up when you wanna pretend to get to know me. You got me running in a circle.
Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream of Genshin Impact.
Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Bumped in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on loop. Got me running in a circle.
Try to let go of all of the nonsense that you bought.
In a hour, do some archbishop. Been a school them from when me in a car shot. Liverpool couldn't test the way me raw sit up. Quick draw, him drop and can't get up. Him not fast enough for my problem that you never solved. Send for the dance, be a firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, with a wig of none of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, them no bad. Bad fans in the power, do some archbishop. Them no bad, them from me in a
Lol.
काय खायचं संध्याकाळी?
मला काही पण चालेल, पण मी जास्त नाही खाणार.
हो बॉस. काय बनवायचं?
Left him mark, young gog on a regular. We say them hardly ready. Them a new type of artillery. We a bus and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue I hit you with a airstrike. Them a body like me airlines. Parasite, yeah. Steady aim with precision. Equal vision with a clear sight. Better go get your affairs right. None of them boy, them go back to the room. If you mark, them not back to the regular. We see them hot, them not back. Them a new type of artillery. They a bust, them a Tom and Jerry. But the airstrike, aim and them a bad sight. Steady aim, and equal vision with a clear sight. Better go get your fit, them boy, they not bad.
What's our objective?
उद्या कापू नको रे.
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
हां
उद्या कापू नको.
Hiya! Feeling lucky?
नाही मी केस नाही कमी करणार लांब ठेवणार आहे. हा लांब ठेवणार आहे. तिकडे ऊनच एवढं ना लांब केस ठेवणंच बरं आहे. हा Hey!
Hey there! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Ha! This one's got your name on it. Fire! With box. Coming at ya. Hiya! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Haha. Umbrella warfare, I guess.
मम्मी दरवाजा उठ ना. I can feel the delay in my net.
Everybody stand back! Attack! That's the way. Feeling lucky? Coming at ya. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Coming at ya. take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're
कितने कमी
sinking.
करना
You're looking
लाम
all
ठेवणार
concerned, like we're
हाँ लाम
gonna
ठेवणार
drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if
Okay.
you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I know I'm not easy. I try to out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Let's take it slow. Here's where we gotta be. You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go to. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid.
Okay.
Add Astro. Thank you for
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
Let's head towards the conquest.
If you are coming inside these parallel dimensions, I know I'll find you in my dreams.
Sup, Ojas? How is you, bro? The royal OG mod is here. Royal? ना तू रॉयल तो नहीं है.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while.
In that case, I'll go order for us first.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right?
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Hey.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the
Flying
mastermind
chicken
behind the
के
serial
खा-
disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well,
No idea.
we've certainly taken a big step forward.
भाई ये
But I
पाइमन तो
feel
हवा
that's about
खाती
it.
थी और
We know
प्लांट
that
से
there's an
चिकन के खा
organization
रही
that means to dissolve
सब कुछ
these
चलता है
young
भाई उसे
women, but we still don't.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us?
Right? Yet it was because this was such a
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just it's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls
बात
through.
तो सही है भाई ओजस
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you. Let's talk about something else.
और बता ब्रो क्या चल रहा है
Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended.
I see. So, your primary objective? I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
350 पे गिव अप ही नहीं थे
Would you consider some more, unique ways?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chuck.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish.
Could you suggest something a little?
All right, here's another. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
ब्रो आई सेड
That's
350
not really
सब्स
the
पे
problem.
तो वो क्लासिक लूंगा या फिर वो
We don't
वैंडल
want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point.
और बाय द वे तेरे को पता है
I
आज ही
overlooked
कराया
that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a
so
person's
I'm
desire
kind
for
of
sleep.
tired from travel
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know,
घर का खाना
strike while the iron
yes
is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
All right. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway.
Is that so? Huh. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're...
ये पक्का रही स्किप करो भाई अच्छा पका रही ओके 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 भाई इसके क्वेस्ट कुछ ज्यादा ही लेंगे दे बे
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float
You could try walking.
That would be so normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses.
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh?
ये कोथिंबीर बड़ी
If you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're
कांदे
always
भाई
welcome to
कांदे
contact
पो
the
यार सुबह
Spina di
खाते ब्रो
Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
यार कोथिंबीर बड़ी
In any case,
पता
I
नहीं
wish
ब्रो
you
आज क्या
smooth
बनेगा
sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
भाई खर्चे करवा दिए इसके As a light rain falls without a reason. क्या मस्त नाम है भाई वापस से कोड भेज रहे Yeah, you know about Maharashtrian food, eh? Have I used this? एक मिनट कभी भी फाइट चालू हो जाएगी इसलिए मैं अपने कैरेक्टर्स चेंज कर लेता हूँ
Sounds good to me.
ओके पता नहीं भाई मेरे घर के वाईफाई को क्या इशू है मेरा घर का वाईफाई मेरे पीसी से ज्यादा तेज है लेकिन ये गेम में हर बार नेट हकता है
Vache. Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache? Are you my dear Vache?
No
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? I'm... Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
सारे भाई कुछ टाइम सोचने के बाद लग रहा है कि फोटोग्राफी छोड़ दूंगा भाई मत छोड़ो भाई हॉबी से तो लैग हो रहा है
I
क्या
do
स्ट्रीम
not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water. I also remember going to many places. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. But now, we can no longer go. No! Our reunion, the thought of me gives him no... If you meet Vache, perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing If only I could have comforted him. Is that what you call it? It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy. With only... I could also liken it to
स्ट्रीम तो
being a
better चलेगी बे
thirsty
गेम
person
लैग
who
हो रही है
drinks
पता है
water for the first time. And only then sees how they have lived for... I think I hear your companion. Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to...
ओ भाई
Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
व्हाट द ओ भाई बस फाइट सीन चल रहा है या तो
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Hobble. भाई ये बंदी
Quick, now's our chance!
Bro! Damn!
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called—
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feeling.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last... Regardless, thank you for your help today.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Chlorand was being sincere.
I know, she's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Dim.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did...
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kinda salty and icky? Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if...
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for...
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us, too? All we did was defend Lenny in court and help clear his name.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the Speaking of which, did anything strange happen?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the Traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was... Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used up?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? What?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least... But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the... Yes, thank you. This is very important information. Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Look at that smile.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But...
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure...
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious, though.
Very good.
I shall find rooms for our respected guest.
Thank you, Malus. Now...
Whoa, okay. Where the hell am I?
So, this is your base?
Your accommodations have been arranged.
Well, our funds have... After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often...
Seems like it's tough times for everyone.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years.
Your father.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to...
No. I'll explain it myself. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the street. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, but strangely, he not only that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, 3 years later, how could he protect his honor if he's dead? The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. But, however, I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid, and now, here I am investigating his death.
Demoiselle, please.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet even our supporters decreased greatly due to that
Wait! If Callus was such a good
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people.
But how could...
There is one other thing.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him? Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't do...
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel.
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of... All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to... thanks.
Yeah.
Please, relax and get some sleep.
Paimon slept so well, huh? Navia?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters.
Paimon gets the feel, but never mind.
No, I just returned after going out for a while.
Wait, so you didn't...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder and investigate... No. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files, if the Oceanette you met, is one of the young women who went missing recently.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? In that case, let's go talk to him!
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable... The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied. Huh. This place does look...
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are.
See? They've got great discipline.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike...
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago?
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right, then. I'll let you through. The Chief Justice...
Thanks.
Please, come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at it?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right, then.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Nervalet? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia...
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also...
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why, that thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind...
Yeah, we're gonna...
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by... All right, then I'll wait...
Interesting.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a
There's no need to be so surprised. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasion. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula. Paimon was confused, but now that Paimon has seen this ship...
Well, pues...
Damn. अभी लेकिन ऊपर कैसे जाना है?
Time to go. Wind Strider.
Maloose, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle. You said before that you still had some business.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You still remember, right, Maloose?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance, it was a kind of drink that could...
Wait! Didn't that guard guy...
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain if you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, and if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse, and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath. But no matter how... Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the deal. Recognizing that, my father decided to... The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing... That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned... But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding...
Huh? How did that happen?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself. But, considering it now, it's almost certain you're right.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful. I think that, on that note, however, our opponent is insidious and cruel. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of... There is no need to follow your father's path.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that. Was I not the closest person to him? What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not... I want to find out the
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears...
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before... But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live, and the serial disappearances case caused him great... 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key, but as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to...
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die inside...
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want... I'm sure he'd be...
That fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Malus, what was the key?
It's the location where Synth, when he was threatening the... But if you want to use it against...
Why? If we know where the...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious... There's no telling what might be lying in... But a single visit to their headquarters... The worst case would be that we leave...
Then...
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during
But things are different.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought...
I am the but. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake.
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let's go. मारामारी होने वाली है.
One conclusion I came to when I announced orders to the organization's members on demo. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed. After several rounds of testing and investigative trace, the first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people bought thanks to his position within Boss's Inimo. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow. In the beginning, there...
So...
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting
Hello,
against
Arnav.
the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's
ये कौन सा game है? Genshin
difficult
Impact,
to
bro.
imagine someone using their own money.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own since Thierry is always in the know about our current
I see. To think...
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the
JK.
Quad.
Of course. And thank you, Malus.
You're too kind, my... And before I forget, proving after that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. If it might help, you could also pay...
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth.
भाई मारा मारी तो करने का बहुत मन है। गेम क्या लाइफ से खेलना ब्रो? Yes.
It is settled then.
Exactly.
Please excuse me and enjoy your
Real game is equal to
leisure.
life से खेल।
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus. Excuse me, miss. Do you need...
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time.
If it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can...
You don't understand it.
I didn't know...
अबे बच्चे तेरी।
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less
Bro,
found
bit rate
an
क्या
answer
है?
already.
Why?
Would you
It's
mind sharing it with
4,000.
me? I really can't believe
हाँ
that
हाँ
my
हम
father
लाइफ
could
से ही
ever
खेल
bring
रहे
himself to shoot Jacques.
लाइफ से नहीं खेल रहे
I
लाइफ हमसे
always
खेल
knew
रही है।
that my husband's money was earned through others.
इतना सच नहीं
suffering.
बोलना था।
He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business. He had many regrets and felt that he took the act. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost. He tried to be as careful as he could.
क्यों रे
But
क्वालिटी
even
अच्छी नहीं है क्या
so,
ब्रो?
He was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly.
But before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later
पहले को
that
रात
I
को
realized it was his final farewell. I don't know
रात को
that for
मतलब
sure.
9 बजे के बाद।
But you could say that's
हाँ
the
जैसा उसका।
conclusion I eventually came to.
I'm using 4,000
Which is why I'm the one
kbps
who
bit
should
rate.
feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and even if he fired the shot that killed my husband. It
I'll
was
turn
likely in
to join if
self-defense.
possible.
Mama,
मेरा
Papa
फर्स्ट ट्रैक हो गया रे
always
मोस्टली।
wanted to be a good man. So why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah. Papa was a really good man.
If possible,
best in the
sure.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must, regardless of what...
Oh.
Thank you. For...
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak...
You really think that's the...
भाई इधर हम केस सॉल्व कर रहे हैं।
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and
ये रहा। चलो मारा मारी शुरू।
Boss, how may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned...
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, can you do me a favor and try to
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty up. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him. My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over...
So you also remember
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our
Possible.
perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun
Bro,
because
why
he
Genshin
seized it
girl
from one of the
characters
other
are so
guys?
hot? They are meant to be hot, bro.
But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine. Did he lose all faith in...
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. And if I may just say one more thing. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through no matter what others might say.
Don't worry. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know...
Bro, then what will you call this character? Or this one? सुपर क्लॉट ठीक है भाई 900 मीटर भाई कहाँ भेज रहा है वापस से उधर ही Once I'm done with this quest.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now,
Cold but
what
hot.
brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the...
Oh.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think...
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that?
I mean, where I
Valo,
work is really
9:30
up to...
बजे आऊँगा
Callus did a
अभी घर पे आऊँ तो
fantastic job running the town.
Once I'm done with this quest I'll start play Valo after the dinner.
It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway,
guys stream like कर
enough
दो.
chit-chat. Are these two friends?
Ah, yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lenny's case and my...
Ah, I get it. If you want to go through the original...
That'd be much appreciated.
Of course. Without... Why do you ask?
Well, you see, just recently. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to...
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulder. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same, removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it. So I can promise you, those they're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful.
Oh,
बात तो सही है.
then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for... Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all... I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so...
Okay. Okay, अपने को नीचे जाना है अभी. Bro, this city is full of water.
Follow the wind.
Just look at the damn structure.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you Sure. I will.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as...
Oh, it's all right, Uncle. I just wanted to.
Yes,
Oh, you.
that's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would... I also witnessed your marvelous... To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf. I can already imagine everyone in...
Oh, Paimon doesn't.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away.
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already.
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here to.
Oh, you're giving us.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return.
वैसे हाँ
If
गेम
anyone
कितना
dares to
बड़ा
lay
है.
their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel.
एक सेकंड भाई.
But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
Hold up. चल चेक करते हैं. मैंने एक गेम सेव कहा की लेकिन लोल भाई. And this game is of 101 GB, bro. Oh भाई साहब.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
अरे मतलब स्टोरी भाई सिंगल गेम है ब्रो.
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
भाई अभी तो 3-4 सिटीज बाकी है पता है.
The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet.
अभी तो
So I was
बस
out and about the whole time
अभी तो
making
बस
sure
पांचवा
things were
एलिमेंट चल
running
रहा है इस
smoothly.
गेम में.
I didn't even have
हाइड्रो.
the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot.
तो मोबाइल
and
में
the
खेलता
rest was history.
उसमें 30 जीबी का है. वही तो डिफरेंस है.
Oh, it's okay. No need to.
Sounds good. All my wealth comes from...
अभी तो बस भाई ये तो बस हाइड्रो एलिमेंट का चल रहा है अभी तो इस गेम में. फर्स्ट वन वाज विंड, देन जियो, देन इलेक्ट्रो के बाद डेंड्रो और अभी हाइड्रो चल रहा है. अभी तो पायरो बाकी है और फिर क्रायो. यस, द कोल्ड. ये तो एलिमेंट्स बाकी है और पता है ऊपर से दिखाता हूँ एक चीज दिखाता हूँ. Where is the highest peak point? Is there any highest peak point? ये लग रहा है मेरे को. अबे भाई भाग जा यहाँ से तू।
There is no escape.
Watch out! Haha! Watch out! Ah! Attack! That's the way. Feeling lucky? Coming at ya!
अबे बारिश क्यों हो रही है? अरे सेलेस्टिया कहाँ गया? नेवर माइंड। अभी बहुत बाकी है पता है कि
We've talked to all 3 suspects.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Anyway, even.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right. Florent.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had.
So Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his...
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on... Makes sense. But besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this?
Given everything that's happened since, but who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Thierry, you said? But...
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with them? If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out.
Florent? But...
So you're saying...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he... Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also... Still... also... wouldn't... Who could it be? You know?
Could we be missing...
The suspect is... Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things...
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and...
Yes. We need far more salt...
Navia, here you are. Oh,
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the...
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Is that...
Yeah, we know...
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind...
Wait, how? None of...
That's what I thought was strange about it. If the charge...
Right.
Yeah.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is you're right. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be...
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver.
We heard. It's our hope that...
See you then!
चार्ट है एक दिया।
Navia has set out for Aranias, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth product... Let's go and try to find the entrance. Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth product. Ah, your Navia's
ओह कटसीन आने वाला है इसमें.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartag. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't...
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this...
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong... Huh? What's
Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior, but that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of...
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default.
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia.
That person... Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières!
Huh? What confrérie?
I've heard of them, but...
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. And if the charge fails, depending on the...
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Members of the guards, please... Mr. Marcel.
Apologies. I think an attorney won't be necessary.
Very well.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. Only through elucidating...
Navia, come on. Why would I do that? If that's enough to make me a sucker...
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. Exactly correct, Your Honor.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula, during the banquet, when the guests arrived at the scene, they found the guard's investigation did not the suspect did not dispute this conclusion. Callus was defeated by These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, in truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water. Thank you for this. However, we should... This assassin, a pile of but now, since it was... The testimony of, however, unfortunately... Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Nice.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her...
Then, may I ask some questions? 1. Do you have the...
I'm afraid... I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same... We should be able to... Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time.
That makes sense to me. Miss...
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. Then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified...
I've thought about this too. And the answer is the dissolving power of water from the primordial sea. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take... At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with what was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target...
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter, but what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge,
So, you mean to say...
That's right.
Do you have an...
Of course, all you need... I don't need your apology. your guilt, or... But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarence...
So...
Yes, I did. As a
Nah,
champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live, or if they're looking. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more...
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your...
Right? What she said was fascinating.
Wait, weren't they just talking about this?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing two, and at the end of Lenny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at this. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and...
So that's why you suspected me. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child.
No need to appeal.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was... On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing?
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigation. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of... But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning?
I suppose you're gonna tell me...
It's timing. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to... In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in... But the disappearance...
I do apologize,
No, it's not your...
Is there anything else you'd like to... You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask, could those records and testimonies do something to appease...
Seems like she got...
At this rate...
I think you've done it, but aren't you going against all of it? He wished for you to become more rational, once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things. You'd have met
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken from the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearance, many people's images are flashing before my eyes. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher? Oh, so you do know that name.
I've merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never...
I was waiting for you to...
Oh भाई मारामारी होने वाली है शायद. Oh, we are back again here.
Shine down! Into the wind! As what? Now you shall perish!
Finally भाई फाइटिंग का मौका मिलता है.
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Indeed. Oh भाई aquarium.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
भाई इस गेम में पजल्स भी अजीब है।
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
एक सेकंड गाइस।
There is no escape. One with nature.
Feeling lucky? Hiya! Attack! That's the way. This one's got your name on it. Cha! Coming at ya! Hiya! Ha!
Illusion shattered.
Hiya! Feeling lucky? I must do my duty. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Now the path is clear. Let's go!
There is no escape.
Fire! Well, with thought.
Into the wind.
Feeling lucky? This one's got your name on it. Haha! Cha! Ha!
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Ha! Ha! Ha!
After all, though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That...
Yeah.
What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but... Huh? You mean the girls... And then... They were... And all the boxes of things. These names... Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the... Mixing in Prague... Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep! What's this over here? Looks like some kind of experiment. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible in such a... You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that... Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it? No, that's not it either! If that's the case, in any... Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water! That means this is where they make all the synth! If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve the heat. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating... Let's see what's written here. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an Yeah, this should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still... The old dog, he can act whenever... I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all... We've looked at almost everything. Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals... No wonder even Nervalette wasn't made that way. Even if we bring all this back to the opera... Sure thing. You take that side and Paimon will take... Nothing at all! And Paimon can't even find snacks either! Whoa, really? Let Paimon see! Vinier. Isn't that Vache's... Then... Aw... It's just a normal dot. So many! Oh, the final name she... Marcel... Wait, but... Marcel's pretty...
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named... Oh.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner.
Just how often do you intend to flout?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence...
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything! After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of... You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances. And with that,
this information regarding your past also dismantles your prior... Well, Marcel... You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people of... So, you never noticed...
You also never understood Boss's real...
Or our determination to see...
You're determined...
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you...
Do you think... Do you... Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever... No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, they said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brought... Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, you only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind... Vignier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she... But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't... Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the best. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the...
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near... Vignier, please, Vignier.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against...
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his part. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of... Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young... To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued after exchanging blows with Spina de Rasula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect and just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Lenny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Lenny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also thus concludes the enigmatic history of the... The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Guilty.
Guards! Take... Good. It's what he did.
With that, the
We really just witnessed history.
Yippee! He's hurt so... Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were...
The day our late boss had always hoped for as...
Yeah. Yeah. See, Papa?
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything...
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage...
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right?
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that the guilty party has been identified, and thus we now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mechan guilty.
What?
Hey, hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be... What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice...
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of...
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is... By guards, please take...
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is... All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking... I don't know what happened there.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but...
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really...
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no...
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, all shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Now, having said that...
So she chose to make her escape after all.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, well, after all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right? Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him...
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the...
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop it! Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resist! No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? The Fountain of Lucine? Then, please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the
What? Give an inch and you want to...
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super...
This request, is it worth as much?
Of course! Wait.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just... Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him.
Thank you. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and he...
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So...
Vinier, it's me!
Vache?
I'm here!
Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that you? It's...
Vache? Why you?
It's been more than 20 years. All this time. Only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. I must be dreaming. Oh, Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live.
But Vache, if you ask me, if not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts. And if not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have... It's all because of your selfish...
Wait.
You're right. I am not Vinier. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the... Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. And we were no longer in... I'm Cressy, the only one I am not.
Why? But
She doesn't want to see you anymore. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfish... But did you ever consider whether You are a liar. The only thing you are not. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vinier's, she...
No!
You still don't understand. But on top of that, she said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no... Vache. Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Well met, partner.
Even this weather...
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon.
Sounds like you're...
It's just been one thing after the other. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never have this time, though.
So his name's definitely...
It's been the dearest wish.
That blasted stubborn fool. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I... well,
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Yeah, way back... I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feat. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an
Oh, yeah. She told us about that.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the...
Now that's another thing to look forward to.
Oh, and in other news...
Oh, are you two on better terms?
While you were investigating Vash, it was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean...
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want...
Sure thing.
And in that case...
Yeah, you're right. This...
Huh? There's someone... Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respect.
Don't say...
Sorry about that.
Oh, I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me.
In that case, I will stop.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions in any case.
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain... Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callis proved me utterly, if not for his sacrifice. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and in the end, from a certain perspective, a justice that's higher than... So, you asked me why I came. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard...
So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh?
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my...
Didn't I just say you don't...
Ah, so Navia and Nervalette seem to have made... Let's not disturb them for now. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. Oh, no. Paimon Anyway, Nervalette is still standing.
Oh, it's you two.
We ran into Navia.
I see.
Well, it's pretty...
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor. Your sibling, another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never... If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage. Is there anything else? That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will... Does that appropriately summarize the version?
That's right!
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon?
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is...
Is there anything else?
So, at court, the bad guy...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise there used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it...
So it really...
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case.
So that's how it is.
Indeed. Why would the... To be frank, that also doesn't matter. Is there anything... My apologies. My investigation... However, I still believe the judge... For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's... Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also... Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation... I was not aware such... In any case, based on while we do intend to get... If we did incur...
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation...
Is there anything else? Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I... It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as...
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped. You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula Bakery? Navia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
Okay guys, let's continue this series in tomorrow's stream. I hope you enjoyed. So bye bye. अभी वैल्यू खेलेंगे थोड़ी देर में, तो आ जाना.